Welcome to our special report on the major lawsuits against two of the most high-profile figures in the world, Donald Trump and Elon Musk. From the halls of Congress to the court of public opinion, these men have built empires and courted controversy in equal measure. Today we'll be diving into the legal battles that have made headlines and what they mean for these influential individuals. Our first stop takes us to the steps of the highest court in the land, the Supreme Court, where the Trump administration has lodged a request with potentially far-reaching consequences. The case revolves around the right of the president to fire an ethics official, a seemingly obscure legal question with profound implications for government accountability. The Trump administration argues that the president needs broad authority to remove officials who are deemed to be hindering the execution of his agenda. However, critics argue that this case represents a dangerous power grab, potentially allowing the president to operate without any real oversight or accountability. The Supreme Court's decision in this case could have a lasting impact on the balance of power in Washington. This case is about more than just one ethics official. It's about the very principles of accountability and transparency that underpin our government. Our next chapter takes us from the marble halls of the Supreme Court to the bustling streets of New York City, where the Trump Organization finds itself under intense scrutiny from the state's Attorney General. The New York Attorney General's office has launched a wide-ranging investigation into the Trump Organization's business dealings, alleging potential violations ranging from tax fraud to misleading lenders. At the heart of this investigation is the question of whether the Trump Organization inflated the value of its assets to secure favorable loans and tax breaks. Investigators are scrutinizing everything from property valuations to insurance claims, searching for any discrepancies that could indicate a pattern of deception. The Trump Organization has vehemently denied any wrongdoing, dismissing the investigation as a politically motivated witch hunt. If the New York Attorney General uncovers evidence of criminal wrongdoing, it could lead to significant financial penalties and even criminal charges against the Trump Organization or its executives. Our focus now shifts from the world of high finance to the realm of personal reputation, as we examine the defamation lawsuit filed by E. Jean Carroll against Donald Trump. E. Jean Carroll, a well-known advice columnist, accused Donald Trump of sexually assaulting her in the 1990s. When Trump publicly denied the allegations, calling Carroll a liar and claiming she was motivated by personal gain, Carroll took legal action, filing a defamation lawsuit. This case hinges on the question of whether Trump's statements about Carroll were not only false, but also made with actual malice. To prove defamation, Carroll must demonstrate that Trump knew his statements were false or acted with reckless disregard for the truth. Trump's legal team has argued that his statements were protected free speech, made in response to accusations that could damage his reputation. They maintain that he was simply defending himself against what he believed to be false and malicious allegations. This case has garnered significant media attention, not only because it involves a high-profile individual like Donald Trump, but also because it shines a light on the issue of sexual assault and the difficult path to justice for survivors. Our journey through the legal battles of the powerful now takes us from the world of politics to the realm of high technology, as we delve into the Securities and Exchange Commission's lawsuit against Elon Musk. In 2018, Elon Musk, the visionary CEO of Tesla, sent shockwaves through the financial markets with a single tweet, claiming that he had secured funding to take Tesla private. The SEC alleged that Musk's statements were misleading, and that he had not, in fact, secured the funding he claimed. The SEC accused Musk of securities fraud, arguing that his tweets constituted material misstatements that misled investors and manipulated the market. Musk and Tesla reached a settlement with the SEC, agreeing to pay hefty fines and for Musk to step down as Tesla's chairman, though he remained CEO. This case served as a stark reminder that even the most powerful CEOs are not above the law, and that reckless statements on social media can have serious legal and financial repercussions. Our exploration of Elon Musk's legal challenges continues with a case that raises questions about corporate governance, conflicts of interest, and the fiduciary responsibilities of CEOs. In 2016, Tesla, under Musk's leadership, acquired SolarCity in a deal worth billions of dollars. However, the acquisition was met with skepticism from some Tesla shareholders, who argued that the deal was fraught with conflicts of interest. a group of Tesla shareholders filed a lawsuit against Musk and Tesla's board of directors, alleging that the SolarCity acquisition was a bailout of a struggling company that benefited Musk personally at the expense of Tesla and its shareholders. Musk and Tesla defended the SolarCity acquisition, arguing that it was a strategically sound move that positioned Tesla as a leader in both electric vehicles and sustainable energy. They maintained that the deal was negotiated fairly and that any conflicts of interest were properly disclosed. Our investigation now shifts from the boardroom to the open road as we examine the Department of Justice's investigation into Tesla's autopilot system. The DOJ launched an investigation into Tesla's autopilot system following a series of crashes, some of which resulted in fatalities. The investigation centers around whether Tesla misled consumers about the capabilities of its autopilot system and whether the system itself is flawed. The DOJ is scrutinizing Tesla's marketing materials, public statements, and internal documents to determine whether the company exaggerated the capabilities of its autopilot system and downplayed its limitations. Tesla has maintained that its autopilot system is safe when used properly, and that the company has been transparent about its capabilities and limitations. This case has far-reaching implications for the future of autonomous driving technology. The legal battles surrounding Elon Musk continue to escalate as we delve into the Securities and Exchange Commission's lawsuit alleging securities fraud against the tech mogul. This case revolves around Musk's tweets about taking Tesla private, a saga that has captivated Wall Street and raised questions about the limits of free speech in the digital age. The SEC filed a lawsuit against Musk, alleging that he made false and misleading statements on Twitter about having secured funding to take Tesla private at $420 per share. The SEC contends that Musk's tweets artificially inflated Tesla's stock price, harming investors who relied on his statements. Musk has vehemently denied the SEC's allegations, maintaining that his tweets were based on good faith discussions with potential investors and that he never intended to mislead the public. This case has significant implications for the regulation of social media and the behavior of corporate executives in the digital age. Our focus now returns to Donald Trump, but this time, the legal battleground is not the world of business or social media, but the very heart of American democracy. In the wake of the January 6th Capitol riot, a lawsuit has been filed against Trump, alleging his involvement in inciting the violence that shook the nation. The lawsuit, filed by members of Congress and Capitol Police officers, accuses Trump of inciting the insurrection by making false claims about election fraud and encouraging his supporters to march on the Capitol. They allege that Trump's actions constituted a direct attack on American democracy and that he bears responsibility for the violence that ensued. This case has profound implications for the future of American democracy and the balance between free speech and the responsibility to prevent violence. Our next chapter takes us back to the world of high finance as we examine the lawsuit filed by the Manhattan District Attorney against Donald Trump for tax fraud. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office has been investigating Trump and his business dealings for years, focusing on whether the Trump Organization engaged in a pattern of inflating the value of its assets to secure favorable loans and tax breaks. They allege that Trump and his company misrepresented the value of various properties, including golf courses and hotels, to reduce their tax burden and mislead lenders. Prosecutors must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Trump and his company knowingly and intentionally misrepresented financial information to evade taxes. Trump has repeatedly denied any wrongdoing, dismissing the investigation as a politically motivated witch hunt. He has argued that his company's accounting practices were standard industry practice, and that any discrepancies in valuations were unintentional. This case has significant implications for both Trump and his business empire. Our final chapter takes us inside the factories of Tesla, where the company faces allegations of labor violations and worker mistreatment. A lawsuit filed against Tesla alleges that the company engaged in a pattern of labor violations at its Fremont, California factory, including unsafe working conditions, wage theft, and retaliation against workers who spoke out about these issues. The lawsuit paints a picture of a demanding work environment where workers were pressured to meet production goals at the expense of their health and safety. Tesla has denied the allegations. maintaining that the company is committed to providing a safe and fair workplace for its employees. This case highlights the growing scrutiny of working conditions in the tech industry, where the pressure to innovate and meet demanding production schedules can sometimes come at the expense of worker well-being. Thank you for joining us for this in-depth look at the major lawsuits facing Donald Trump and Elon Musk. These legal battles are far from over and their outcomes remain uncertain. The decisions made in these courtrooms will have far-reaching consequences, not only for Trump and Musk, but for the industries they operate in, and for society as a whole. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful news coverage.